Welcome to St. Louis University's Parks College of Engineering, Aviation, and Technology. Join us as we visit and highlight some of the notable buildings, labs, and resources that our aviation students use on a regular basis. Parks College is steeped in aviation history. In 1927, we became the first FAA-certified flight school in the nation. During World War II, Parks College trained 1 in 10 U.S. Army air pilots. We are the only Jesuit aviation program in the nation, centering the development of the whole person within our aviation curriculum. We'll first visit the college's main building on the SLU campus in the heart of Midtown St. Louis, and then we'll travel to our flight line across the Mississippi River in Cahokia, Illinois. Inside the main doors of McDonnell Douglas Hall, or MDH for short, is the rotunda. The Dean's Office Suite and academic advising offices can be accessed from the rotunda. As we travel down the hall, you'll notice a timeline of Parks College's history on the left-hand side. This timeline stretches the entirety of the first floor of our building and is growing into our second floor. We are still making history. Along our walk are several office suites on the right-hand side and classrooms on the left-hand side. SLU's engineering and aviation programs are housed in this building, so you'll often see around the building groups of students studying together or working on a project outside of class time. In this corner of MDH is our Canadair Regional Jet Lab. Upper-level aviation science students use this lab to learn advanced regional jet procedures and focus on building their team resource management skill sets in preparation for professional piloting careers. 2 of our students and their instructor are in the midst of a lesson now. To the right is another lab space for student use to practice their CRJ 700 flows. Now we're going to head to the second floor of MDH. Here is one of our classrooms, often used for aviation courses. Each classroom is equipped with projection systems, a screen, and cameras and microphones for recording and streaming lectures. Aviation courses like professional orientation, navigation foundations, economics of air transport, and many more are taught in these classrooms. One of our notable alums is Gene Krantz, the Mission Control Director of the Apollo 13 mission. He graduated from Parks College in 1954. Down this hallway are our aviation faculty offices. Our faculty often keep open door office hours for students to drop in and discuss more about classes or chat. Our faculty are experts in areas including aviation safety systems, aviation education, human factors, airline retention and management, and aircraft maintenance. And here we are now, back in our rotunda. As you exit the building, you're greeted by a statue of L. Ray Jepison. For aviation students, many classes are held at MDH, and flight blocks are held across the Mississippi River in Cahokia, Illinois at the St. Louis Downtown Airport. The airport, or KCPS for short, is about a 15-minute drive from campus. Students are welcome to drive themselves if they choose, but the university also has a free shuttle to the airport that operates every hour. Many of our flight students do not have their own cars on campus and choose to ride the shuttle to their flight blocks. We're going to head to the shuttle stop on campus now, and along the way, you'll see why we say SLU has a beautiful campus. Along the way, we're passing SLU's Interdisciplinary Science and Engineering Building, as well as Ritter Hall. As we cross Grand Avenue, we approach DeBerg Hall, the oldest building on campus. Across from DeBerg Hall is one of our newest residences and dining halls, Grand Hall. This is where the Billiken shuttle to the airport picks up and drops off. Here is where students can catch the Billiken shuttle to St. Louis Downtown Airport. Monday through Friday, the van shuttle runs a scheduled route from Grand Hall to Parks College's hangar at St. Louis Downtown Airport. The shuttle departs from the Grand Hall stop at the top of the hour and leaves Parks Hangar at 35 minutes after the hour. A weekend shuttle is also available for students during Saturday flight blocks. The shuttle drops off and picks up in the parking lot of Parks College's hangar. We have now arrived at Parks College's hangar at St. Louis Downtown Airport. Welcome! Flight students come here for their flight blocks, which are scheduled 3 times a week. Students may also visit the hangar on days outside their flight blocks for solo or cross-country flights or for night flights. All in all, aviation flight students spend a lot of time at Parks College's hangar. Inside the main doors are the flight planning room and dispatch, where students check in upon arrival with one of our dispatchers, like Bill here. This large space is the flight planning room, and where students can gather before and after flight blocks, check the weather, file a flight plan, and more. Down these halls are our FAA exam rooms, which during the pandemic have been converted into flight instructor offices. Next door to this hallway is our hangar classroom, which has also been temporarily converted to office space. Typically, the classroom is student use space and is utilized when classes visit the hangar. At the end of the hall is our sim room. Parks has 3 state-of-the-art Frasca simulators with Piper aircraft packages. All flight students have simulator lesson times built into each of their flight modules. We also have computer-based trainers available to student use in this room. Through this door is our flight instructor office space. Students meet one-on-one with their instructors for ground lessons in these spaces, and will sit for stage check oral exams with instructors here as well. Now we'll go behind the scenes of dispatch. Typically, this room is not for student use. This board here is used by our dispatchers in conjunction with our Talon flight training record system. So dispatch is always aware of the status of our students, instructors, and resources. Students become very familiar with our dispatch procedures. Also in this space are offices for our dispatch supervisor, chief and assistant chief flight instructors, and senior CFIs. Now we'll head outside to check out our aircraft. First is our Diamond DA-20. Our GPS-equipped Diamond DA-20 aircraft, capable of Flight Under Instrument Flight Rules, or IFR, are used for primary and instrument training. The Diamond DA-20 is a 2-seat, all-composite airplane that is ideal for high-utilization flight instruction environments and has an industry-leading safety record and outstanding fuel economy. Parks has 9 of these aircraft. Most of our flight students take their first flight in a Diamond within their first weeks of college, weather permitting, of course. Just past those hangars on the left side is the airfield. St. Louis Downtown Airport is located between Lambert, St. Louis International Airport, and Scott Air Force Base, providing aviation students with a complex and dynamic environment to learn to fly in. St. Louis also experiences all 4 seasons, and our students get accustomed to and learn decision-making skills for all weather conditions throughout the course of their training program. Walking further, this is Site 141, where we park and tie down a majority of our aircraft. On a busy day, we'll have aircraft entering and leaving this ramp. The second aircraft our students train in is the Piper Archer. Parks purchased 4 of these aircraft in fall of 2019. The technologically advanced Piper PA-28-281 is equipped with a glass cockpit, Garmin G1000 avionics, and autopilot, allowing students to receive additional training in an aircraft with electronic systems that are typical of today's commercial aircraft. Students work on their commercial and CFI certificates in the Archer. Rounding out the Parks College fleet is the Piper Seminole, the aircraft students received their multi-engine commercial in. Its simplicity, stability, and safety have made it a low-maintenance, high-value mainstay of training programs everywhere. Students receive their multi-engine rating in this aircraft during their junior year of the program. Thank you for joining us on this visit to St. Louis University's Aviation Science program. At Parks College, we prepare our aviation graduates to be technically proficient and socially responsible professionals. As a student at SLU, you'll become a practitioner, a leader, and a thinker, ready to change the world. We hope we'll get to meet you in person to explore the possibilities for yourself. Schedule a visit or learn more about our aviation programs at slu.edu.